Don't be mad at me, ladies, but this one for y'all. How do I word it so y'all don't tell me a new ass? 50-50. How y'all feel about 50-50? Do y'all feel like most relationships now work better with 50-50 on things like, are we splitting the bills? Are we going Dutch from time to time, where I pay for the movie, you pay for the food we have at the movie? Just little things that don't really matter much, but matter a lot to some, And the reason why I say that is because I think that's healthy for a relationship, for a woman to show you that she's not with you for what you have. And the reason why I say that is because a woman who is with you for what you have, she will never want to contribute and will frown, or face will drop to the ground when you act like you want her to help on anything, any contribute to what will make y'all both better. I mean, I've come to find that, in most instances, when you guys come together with y'all wallets, that y'all will actually have a more meaningful relationship, and you'll do more. Because when it comes down to it, ladies, y'all kind of like had this mind frame where y'all don't want nobody that ain't got more than y'all, or at least equivalent. Where men don't do that. Men is subject to take you with nothing, where you're actually a street crawler or something. You at your worst. And granted, on those instances, that's when you women are taken advantage of, probably because you've shown your vulnerability. But I'm just curious, like, because when it comes down to it, you can be in a relationship and your relationship could be going perfect in your eyesight, but your significant other could be crying out to someone else, telling them where you missing the mark. And that's just it, and any relationship you in is different from the one you previously was in. They may have, a parallel standpoint at sometimes, but it's going to be different because they're different individuals. And although we can compare, it's very rare that you'll run into that same lightning that struck you before, Hence the whole phrase, lightning don't strike twice the same place. But, just advisory, I'm not no love doctor. I'm not no love connection person. I'm just someone who cares about these things simply because I'm not dating for just dating no more. I'm dating for marriage, So I guess with that being said, I just be wanting to know how I can make my situation, be good when it's bad, and things of that nature, And again, this is not just helpful for one person or the other. When you contribute, when you add and you show others, your standpoint, when you give your views, some may have been scared to agree with the idea of what it is you saying until it came from the same gender. See, a man sometimes wait around to see if it's cool to agree with something, and a woman as well. And with that being said, again, I'm just really the messenger. I ain't talking about my relationship. I ain't saying I'm going through nothing. It's not really imperative for me to need any advisory. But I feel like in uh, everyday life, you can learn something. I feel like if you didn't learn something in the day that you just went through, the 24 hours that you was given, you wasted a day. And we don't have any to waste, being as the world is the way it is right now. You know, we here today, gone tomorrow. And a lot of us is kind of like in a disbelief that it's like that, like in a disbelief that it could happen to them. You know, you bear witness to something. Take for instance the female who just lost their life on a little vacation over in Mexico. I'm almost 100% sure, I bet my life on it, when she went on that trip, she knew she was coming back home. Her friends, I even feel like they did too. Her parents. And that just goes to say what I'm saying. It just really just touches on what I'm saying. Like, life is too short to be playing with somebody right now. Like, if you just into somebody for the sex, you just using them, you using them to get over somebody. I mean, anything that you know puts it on the line. Like, you get to a certain age, lying is just not even part of the plan. Like, you can't even remember half the shit you even told somebody. So why lie? Just be honest, you know. If you just trying to hit something, you trying to, you know, just be involved, you know, because it's a situation where you don't like being alone. Because I know many people who are like that, you know, feel like that's what completes them, you know. And that's another thing, you know. I make these videos with my kids in mind. I have girls, you know what I'm saying? I got 3 girls and 2 boys. And I never want my girls to meet a me. And the reason why I say that, you know, is because I wasn't always 100 when it came to women. I wasn't always 100 when it came to my friends. You know, I had times when I let my lower self think for me. And like, I have long conversations with my kids nowadays. And some of them I would like to even let y'all hear because they be so good, you know. I have a relationship with my kids that's kind of like what I wanted with my dad. You know, we had a point in our life when we was kind of like shooting the words back and forth. But then as I got older, it just really wasn't in the cards. Like, I mean, it's not here or there, and I'm not going to go into detail. That's another story. But for today, again, I have my kids in mind when I had these relationship conversations. Because my daughters, for one, I always want them to put themselves on the pedestal. I never want them to think that they have to accept anything that comes from a man or a woman if they date a woman. I mean, I'm not, you know, one of those parents that just gonna give you to the wolves if that's what you choose, you know. But yeah, I want them to know that they ain't gotta ever put themselves second. I want them to know that they ain't never gotta stick around and overplay their role. And more importantly, I want my little men to know to never put their hands on women. You know, that's kind of something that separates you from being a man and a boy. A boy thinks that if he puts his hand on a woman that it's gonna keep her in regards of understanding what she need to do and not do. Is she gonna cheat? Is she gonna be honorable because you putting your hands on her? Hell no. All you doing is tricking her into being slicker. Cause what you got to know about a cheater, man, that shit takes no time. And who wants to be with their significant other 24/7? I know I don't. I think we all need a break. You're gonna have to have a break, because the whole thing with being in a relationship is it ain't even about you trusting the people that person gonna be around. It's about you trusting that person that you call yours. So regardless to if you feel the nature of some people is just not good for your significant other surroundings, that ain't your place. Because if you gonna actually trust that person, you gotta let them go off into the world and do whatever it is they gonna do, whether it's good or bad to you. And you ain't gotta seek it out. The one thing about the universe, only time it's gonna get really hidden from you, what's being done to you, is when you probably doing the same thing. That's the only time it's not gonna really get communicated right back to you, because you get the same thing you put out. If you being, a sneaky person, 9 out of 10, the person you're dealing with, they being sneaky too. I'd knock it down. I ain't gonna say 9 out of 10. And the only reason why I say it that way is because I believe in the universe's vibrational situations. I feel like if you are actually putting good out into the world, I feel like it will return to you. If you put nastiness out to the world, it'll return to you. Which is the reason why I say sometimes a toxic relationship lasts longer than it should. Because both of y'all got the same type of mindset, same mind frame. And then you got one knowing the worth of the other and not really wanting to turn that loose to the rest of the world. That's toxic. Then you got one who don't really feel like that person is good enough for them, so they looking for reasons consistently to get up out of there. That's toxic. I just really wanted to impose more conversation about relationships, simply because I'm headed towards that type of thing, podcast with women and men going out to dinner and having discussions, about relationships. Because, the thing about an answer, the best answers come from a person that has no time to think of a perfect answer. I feel like when you get a person in a position where they have to actually answer that shit, like right off the bat, if they can't come up with answers, it's because they genuinely don't know what to say. And there's no right and wrong answer when a person asks you a opinionated question. Yes or no situation is simply yes or no. But you have individuals in this world who will always try to give you the politically correct answer because they don't want to harm your feelings. But I don't want that in my conversations. Like if we sitting down and it's a couple's divine situation, I want the couples to actually tell what's bothering them, what they don't like in a relationship. Because I feel like if we gonna be grown-ups, we gonna cover everything. We gonna talk about sex, infidelity, deal breakers, and what's really what's really hood with the financial situation. Like, because really, like, I posed this question in the beginning, and I'm hitting it again so you don't forget, women. I'm really asking, Why do y'all feel like a man should have more than y'all have if it ain't equivalent? When a man will most of the times accept y'all for whatever y'all come with. Y'all can come with 2 wooden nickels and they gonna accept y'all. And sometimes it's vanity, and sometimes it's just the good in men. You know, there are good men out here. Let's not get that twisted. I mean, you got men out here who don't club, don't drink, don't smoke weed, don't do nothing but go to work and come home. And will cook for their woman when they get home. Things of that nature. Like, I know some of them men personally. Them men is out here. Yeah, some of y'all probably ain't gonna meet them because y'all had this criteria in which you want a man to fit. But you gotta be mindful that you gotta fit some criteria too. You can't want no man that's 6'6", ripped with a 6-pack, and you ain't equivalent to that. I mean, at least working towards that. I mean, you got some women who actually have it in their head that I'm gonna go get my body done and I'm gonna get the man that I want. Bullshit. Because for one, you're gonna get your body done and you ain't even gonna follow through on what's needed and what you gotta do for the rest of it. You gotta exercise, you gotta eat correctly, you gotta get the massages, you gotta do follow-ups with your doctor. I mean, it looks easy, it looks simple, but it's work. It's no different than actually somebody who went to the gym. It's work. Same thing with relationships. It's work. You have to figure out in your relationship, what are you doing wrong? What's triggering your significant other to have issues with you, whether they be small, minimum, or large? You know, a lot of us be so focused on finding is they cheating, we forget to focus on is they happy. I mean, a man can only take so much of you beating him down and making him come out as the bad, you know, guy in all scenarios. You know, it's good, ladies, it's good men out here. It's good men out here. Men, it's good women out here. Men, it's good women out here. And I admit, some men and some women do fuck it up for the good and have everybody thinking everybody bad, you know. That's why we got to start doing better. Relationships is only going to be good and they're only going to last if you put the work in, period. We got to do better. But yeah, ladies, like, subscribe, comment, keep up with me, get involved. It's gonna be a lot that you're gonna wish you was involved with when I get this up and going, because the thing about it is I'm a successful person at whatever I do in life. I don't care how long it take. I don't care if don't nobody watch the video. I don't care if don't nobody subscribe. I don't care if don't nobody like it. Eventually, the momentum gonna pick up and you're gonna be trying to get involved, but then I'm gonna be charging. But yeah, ladies, I would love to be illuminated on that scenario. I mean, let me know. Put your comments below, like, share, let your friends know that this what we on. Peace.